Yeah, I've come out of that with my head scratching. I think it ended at Deepdale, Preston North End 2, Bristol City 0, in another pretty average display on the road for Bristol City. Not good enough, and that's 3 games in the league without a goal. And after the very, very encouraging performance at West Ham, it just was not good enough for Bristol City. Yet again, this was the team that played. It was Max in goal, George Tanner, Rob Dickey, Zach Minor, Cam Pring as the back four, as it normally is. Jason Knight, Joe Williams, Taylor Gardner, Hickman in midfield, Sam Bell, Tommy Conway, and Anderson Mehmeti. So it's the exact same team that started against West Ham. And I was a little bit surprised by that. I thought with the fixture and the replay against West Ham on the Tuesday, I thought we might make a couple of changes in different positions. Maybe Naki Wells, Tommy Conway, maybe Matty James in midfield, maybe chuck Ross McCrory in there. He was on the bench today, finally, thank God. Maybe just something like that. Maybe even Harry Cornick, something like that. You know what I mean. Just rotate some positions. Players who've been playing for quite a long time in their certain positions, and yeah, it's just very, very frustrating for City that one, and it's a little bit of a recurring theme, and that's quite concerning. Started the game very well, just yet again we can't turn our good momentum and our domination really and good chances into goals. We just don't take advantage of it, and that's ultimately the big issue going at the moment, and that's why we need potentially a couple of players in that final third just to add a little bit more quality into that starting 11. Go straight in there and add more quality, and hopefully that maybe not fixes everything, but just certainly goes a long way in terms of players who are manning players and are going to improve things in certain direction. It's just not happening at the moment, and teams who somewhat play a low block are going to have it quite easy against us, because at the moment we just don't have that sort of player. It's not like we have that player injured. Maybe it might be Iman Benarous, I don't know, but we just don't have that within the squad at the moment, and that's really, really concerning. We started the game really well, as I said, could not turn our chances into goals. Gavin Hickman had a massive chance. That was saved by Woodman. Knight had a chance in that first half as well. That was saved by Woodman again. Just a couple of really, really top chances. And you could argue, well, if that fell to Tommy Conway, that goes in. But Tommy Conway hasn't showed it on a consistent level that he can be performing in the, championship side that wants to be pushing for the playoffs, like we want to be, hopefully, under Liam Manning. That was not bad. I'd say I was coming out of that first half looking fairly positive and thinking maybe, we could hopefully turn these chances into goals. In the second half, we were utterly dismal and got exactly what we deserved. Preston made a triple change. Osmaich, who started the game for North End, he went off for Will Keane. Alan Brown went off. I think Dwayne Holmes might have gone off as well. And a couple more players came on. I can't remember who it was. Van Sprokja came on. I can't remember the other one. But they made a triple change. And I don't want to criticise Liam Manning too much, and definitely don't want to jump on that brigade, which just utterly stinks. By the way, blaming Liam Manning and supposed loving with Nigel Pearson is quite quite stupid, and actually it's just insanity, I'd say. He's not here anymore, Nigel Pearson. I don't care how much you liked him. He's not here anymore. We've got to back Liam Manning. You've got to back the guy in charge at the moment. And you might say, oh, well, we haven't improved Liam Manning. I think he's at 12 games. That's 12 games. And he's not even had a transfer window. A full transfer window. We've had half a transfer window, really. Not even half that yet. So it's just stupid. You can't blame Liam Manning for that. We need to give him time. Need to give him a couple of transfer windows in the minimum, and hopefully things improve from there on. But at the moment, yeah, it's that was not good in terms of a reaction, and the tactical change I think was needed after Preston made that second sub. Obviously, he wasn't going to expect a triple change at halftime. No manager does, but it's also when that does happen, what is your reaction? That is why Manning was brought here. That is why he was top of our list in terms of supposedly top of our list in terms of bringing someone in and to replace Nigel Pearson and give us that extra layer of tactical ability. We wouldn't have expected Nigel Pearson to do anything. Let's be brutally honest. He was more focused on us and more focused on how we get on against opposition, and not really bothered about what opposition do. But no, Liam Manning, we'd hope, can tweak things and improve us in certain positions in terms of tactical ability. So he just did not react in the slightest when Ryan Lowe made that triple sub. Preston gained control of the game and they were clinical. We weren't. Will Keane, that is a ball over the top. Will Keane latches onto it. Yeah, I've seen, look, I personally don't think Max should have come out for that one. I think Rob Dickie is kind of covering him. It's not great positioning from Viner or Dickie, let's be honest, and Will Keane just finds a gap in between them. It's not good enough from that position. But I don't think Max should be coming out. And to be fair to Max, to be fair to him, 9 out of 10 times he has done that, it has come off and he has pretty much saved a one-on-one opportunity and possibly a goal. So that it is risky, and sometimes that can backfire, and it backfired today, so everyone will jump on his back. I don't think he should have come out though, because I think it was going to be a heavy touch. It was going to be a difficult touch, I think, for Will Keane to execute, and then that would have taken him left, and then Zach Vine and Rob Dickie are both kind of then, coming in and maybe potentially closing down the angle, and maybe Will Keane have to cross, and Pringy's there, and something like that, and that would have meant George Tan had time to recover as well. So I think Max came out a little bit too early, if I'm being honest. But normally that works, and normally that saves us. Saved us quite a lot of goals, actually. His ability to make quick decisions, to get off this line and just clear it away, that's saved us quite a lot of goals. So I'll give him a pass on this one. So that means, well, when a side like Preston, and absolutely no disrespect to them, Preston, and I actually think Preston are very good defensively, and when Ryan Lowe wants to, he can just literally shut up shop to hold on to a lead. And once you go 1-0 down away at a Ryan Lowe side, it's always going to be very difficult to get back into the game. City, after that, again, no control over the game whatsoever. Very, very chaotic game, in fact. And we just it was very chaotic, lost control, and ultimately didn't really look like getting back into the game either. Andy Vyman was obviously not on the bench today, so he was only really, in terms of forward options, Harry Cornick and Nahki Wells. And how effective are they at championship level anymore? You tell me. I'm not convinced by either. Mehmeti was ineffective. Sam Bell was ineffective. Tommy Conway Tommy Conway didn't get any service, and that's why we need that attacking midfielder desperately. Finn Azaz I talked about him in the last video. Scott Twine, whatever's going on with him. But at the moment, we need someone in there who is going to make things happen in the final third. That isn't within our squad at the moment, and that player will help. Will help Tommy Conway. So, look, we need someone in there. We need someone in that position desperately. 75th minute, triple substitution for City. Nahki Wells comes on for Sam Bell. Matty James comes in for Taylor Gardner-Hickman, and Ross McCrory makes his debut for Bristol City in place of Anis Mehmeti. I thought, look, it's brilliant. Ross McCrory came on, made his debut for City. Obviously, long wait for his debut since the summer, so obviously nice to see him. Wasn't great, and probably at fault for the second goal, actually, because he lost the ball trying to beat his man. But I'll give him a pass because it's his first professional game in God knows how long, so I'll give him a pass on that one. Matty James, look, Matty James, if you want to control a game and you want to just make sure things are calm and don't want to concede, basically, and don't want to lose control in midfield, Matty James is your guy. If you're searching for an equaliser and searching for someone to play a through ball and looking for passes all over the gaff, Matty James is not your guy. Taylor Gardner-Hickman is more likely a guy. Maybe Taylor Gardner-Hickman was tired. Maybe that's the case. But that substitution didn't work for me. And then Ross McCrory comes on. Sorry, those triple subs come on. 75. Ross McCrory gives the ball away. That ball is worked, recycled, left-hand side, right-hand side. It is a good ball in from Emile Rees. Will Keane taps in at the near post, makes it 2-0 to Preston, and game over then. Harry Cornick comes on, Andy King comes on for Conway and Knight. there's no point at that point. But look, it is very disappointing because that was a very good opportunity for City to go there and win. We don't have a great historic record at Deepdale, but it was still a good opportunity to go there and do something. But ultimately, too inconsistent yet again, and now I think we are 4 points off the playoffs. I'd say we're still in it. We're still arguably in it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. But yeah, that was not a good display. And the fact that we've got West Ham on the Tuesday night is also, yeah, it's not looking good. But you never know. City generally put in performances like that and beat a big side afterwards, and probably beat Leeds and Watford the week after as well. So look, it's that wasn't good, and that wasn't a good display in the slightest. However, people jumping on Liam Manning's back and questioning him and blaming him for everything is just ridiculous. The bloke's had 12 games in charge here. We have absolutely, yeah, you can criticise him for the tactical decisions and the reaction, or the lack of, to that triple substitution that changed the game for Preston. Let's be quite frank about it. They were dismal in the first half and they booed, and the home fans booed their team off, and that's an indictment to their team. So the fact that he didn't change anything afterwards, and you could easily see they were a much better team. They're playing at faster tempo, and we just did not get anywhere near them. But still, you can't really blame him too much. Can't go completely go two-footed on him, because it's not his players. He's only had 12 games. And I don't want to be like a Liam Manning apologist, but he's not had enough time on the grass either. So it was disappointing. It's 3 games without a goal, and that's not good enough. It's not good enough. Whatever level you're playing at, whether you're bottom of the league or you're top of the league, somewhere in the middle, does not matter. 3 games without a goal in the league is just not good enough. We need to start improving that, and we need to start improving some major departments. Otherwise, we're not going to be anywhere near the playoffs if we are serious about a playoff challenge this season. If we are, we probably spend in January. If we're not, probably going to sit back and maybe a couple of additions and just kind of top things up a little bit. But if we're not, then what's the point? Because we are in a decent position, points-wise, lots of traffic ahead of us, but points-wise, we're not in a bad position in the league. So if we do spend, we might have a chance, but it's not ideal when you put in performances like that quite regularly, apparently, away from home. And yeah, that was not good. West Ham at home next. It's not going to be an easy game. Obviously, it's West Ham. It's in the Premier League. But hopefully there is a massive reaction, because there needs to be. Because at points I thought, in parts of this game, I thought we were not bad, and I thought we actually showed some good quality, but it just needs to be more on a consistent basis. Thank you very much for watching this match review. If you have enjoyed it, hit a like. If you haven't already subscribed to the Any Irish Football Channel for more Bristol City content in the future, and I will see you probably for the match preview against West Ham.